It's a bit early yet, so we'll wait for 5 minutes to start the worship at 12 p.m. Spain time, Spanish time, okay?
Te vayamos a avisar cuando ya podemos volver a empezar.
Que no se nos olvide.
¿Qué es vómito, baby? Eso ha sido...
Pero hablar con personas.
No, pero...
No hay nadie. Hay una persona. Necesito comprobar que va bien la conexión.
¿Qué necesitas, no?
¿Qué te sientes? Sí, estés tranquilo. Gracias, amor. No sé si dejar conectada la Wi-Fi o... no.
¿Quieres que desconecte aquí?
Sí. Sí, es muy importante. Aquí no. Vale, déjala ahí si quieres. Déjala anywhere there. Y luego lo pegaré bien con esto. Gracias, no va a salir nada. ¿Sabes qué estaría bien? Sin que se vea. Tráeme. Me faltan 5 minutos. Esto lo puedo quitar. Store. Fotos. Porque lo único que voy a pedir que hagas es lo de que hicimos el otro día, de hacer una foto. Entonces tú me sales, solo sabes ponerlo, ¿vale?
Yo no estoy nervioso, después de hablar con esta gente.
Si quieres, te digo, no es un poco para resolver, le diga que no trabajando de ahora. Tienes al jefe ahí. Sí, a ver, si al final hay ruido, pues hay ruido, pero que no haya ruido de principio por el rato. Y así, porque ahora es la parte más, les explicar más cosas aquí. Well, what's the time I need to know? Hello Greece, Hirete, hola, bonjour tout le monde, привет. Okay, good morning, buenos días todo el mundo, hello everybody, yo, hello, Harite, привет, доброго дня, buenas дня, ciao. We're going to start this little workshop that MICE Film Festival has commissioned and put together with a bunch of film festivals that care about film and animation and childhood together. It's a little workshop that these festivals have put together, and I'm gonna start by thanking them, because otherwise, after I start doing the animation with all these chairs, I'm sure I will forget. So, thank you MICE-Valencia, thank you MICE-Cuba, thank you Smile Festival from New Delhi, thank you ANIMA SYROS from Greece, thank you Nelson Mandela Kids Film Festival from Johannesburg, Your Cinema Spirit of Fire from Moscow, thank you DYATIO from Kharkiv, Ukraine, and Kabun Animation Film Festival. This little workshop, I already did once in Spanish for MICE, but it's a pretty new thing, and it's inspired on a classic movie by Norman McLaren from the late 1950s. It's called A Cherry Tale. It's a classic of animation and film, of experimental film, and you can find it online everywhere already, and you can also find it on my website. It's a very good inspiration, and it's a very lovely movie. So I invite you to watch it afterwards. This workshop that we're making in times of coronavirus from my little garage in Valencia, Spain, I thought of it because we actually don't have a lot of things here. And I thought that what most people have nowadays is cell phones, even tablets, which is one of the three things that we're going to use, three things. And the other thing is chairs. I think I'm having trouble with my internet connection. We need ourselves, we need people, we need a tablet or a cell phone, and then we need chairs. So I'm gonna even remove this. This is out. We don't need this. Yeah. Out. We only need one chair. That's what we're gonna use. Any app. I was giving you time to get the app. Any app that you use for animation is based on the same idea. Animation is very simple. And whenever you open an app that is for animation, you always have to do one thing, which is you need to create a new project. How do you create a new project? In this app, you have to click the plus sign. And then, oops, crash. You create a new project, and then it will give you some advice. Say, okay, I'll learn later. And then you have this button, this for taking pictures. Any animation is the same. You create an image, which can be a drawing, which can be a composition such as that with the chairs. It can be a position. And I'm gonna show you how to make a very simple animation with just two positions. This is my hand, okay? You can see my hand, and it's closed. So I'm gonna just take a picture. Jacks, I took a picture. Now I'm gonna open my hand, and I'm gonna take another picture. Easy as that, easy as that. Now, if I push play, what we have is a very simple animation, just two movements, okay? That's an animation. It can be a GIF, but what we want is to make it kind of nicer. So what we're going to do, let's create a new project here. I'm going backwards. I'm going to create a new project. And this time I'm gonna open my hand in a kinder way, in a slower way. So I take a picture, I open my hand a bit, and then take another picture. I do it again, and I take another picture. Do it again, and 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 again. See, let's see what we have now. This is it. See? Did you see how fast I could do that? This is a very simple animation. But it's a weird kind of animation because what I did is something that I can just like do normally. We don't want to do that. We want to add some magic to it, okay? And this is why animation is very good. I'm gonna take a new picture, but I want to see what was the last one. So I have this little bar here with which I can look for the former picture, okay? See, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a trick now. See, I made this little chair with clay, and I'm gonna put this chair here over my hand, see? And I'm gonna try to put my hand in the same position it was before. Let me check. Want to know, this is the old one, this is the new one. Okay. Okay. I can take the picture now. I'm gonna take a picture, and then I'm gonna move the chair a bit. I'm gonna change chair a bit. Let's see where we are. See, the chair suddenly appears. There was no chair, and then suddenly we had a chair. In this program, we can either delete a frame. If you touch on any of these frames, you can duplicate it, you can erase it, you can repeat it, you can even draw on it, but we can also make that the whole thing, the whole movie, goes a bit slower. For example, here, we can make it go a lot faster or a lot slower. See, now this is going slower. So we have this all clear. This was the beginning. What I'm going to do now is give you some ideas about how to animate objects. And for this, Norman McLaren's A Cherry Tale is a very good inspiration, because it's a very simple movie he made with just one actor, a dancer. I think his name was Jutra, and one chair. And just for you to start thinking, what do you think would happen if we didn't have a chair there? Oh, the app that we're using is called Stop Motion Studio. Some people are asking. Let's go there again. It's called Stop Motion Studio, and it's a free app. That's why I like it. Let me check. I think. I don't know if I can answer you here. Yeah, I can. So the name of the app is Stop Motion Studio. Hola. But just really any app that is called Stop Motion would be good for this. Okay? Any app would work. What we just did with my hand, we're going to do there now with chairs. And I think it would be here. It would be good if I could have an assistant. So my friend Anthony is here, and he's gonna take pictures of the animation I make there. Okay, I'm gonna make something very simple. For example, Anthony, could you please take 3 pictures of this empty space? Okay, so now I'm gonna leave this chair there. As you can see, the chair is in the middle of the setting now. Anthony, could you take 1 picture, please? Now, like 5 more, because it's the first picture. So I really want the eye to see what's happening here. So now I want this chair to be alive. So I'm gonna move it a bit. Anthony, take a picture. I'm gonna move it again a bit. Anthony, picture. And again. Picture. And again. Picture. And I'm going to make it go faster. Anthony, picture. 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 Oh. Wait. Okay. Picture. 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 And now, since this is the end of the movie, we're gonna make 5 more pictures. So, let's take another picture and see what happens. Can we play it? I'm gonna bring it closer to you. This is what happened. As you can see, it was like 2 minutes working on it, but it's a lot of work actually. Animation means giving an anima to things, giving a soul, bringing things to life. So if we move things like a chair, which is not animated, is not alive, if we want it to look alive, we have to think how the chair would move. And we have to think stories for these objects that we are animating. We have to think, what would a chair do? And for example, this chair, we can make this chair just come from here. Hello, I'm a chair, and coming from here. And then the chair can look around. And then the chair could see some friends here. And the friends could become like really, they could be really happy. Oh, it's a friend chair. And they could like go and greet the chair. Hello. Hello. Hey, how are you? We're fine, thank you. The problem is that we have to do that little by little by little. We have to move everything, and we have to hide, like, and then we have to say picture, and then we will see that all of these chairs will become alive. Okay? And what Norman McLaren did was a really beautiful thing, because he made an animation in which he was interacting with the chair. So, in his movie, there was this dancer, Jutra, that he tried to sit down on a chair. We should do a new movie maybe. It's gonna be difficult, so we go back, see? Then we click on the plus sign, and then we have a new setting, okay? I'm gonna do something simple, which is like trying to sit on this chair, which I haven't rehearsed. So, Anthony, could you take a picture, please? Could you take another one? 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 And here is when the animation comes in. I'm gonna move the chair. Another one. Another one. Oops. Another one. And now, most difficult part. Another one. Oh. Another one. And now I need to fall. Another one. Another one. Okay, that's it. If it works. Pump. See how sound effects are gonna help our movie. And you see that as I show you with my hand, this is very important in animation. As I showed you with my hand before, was it here? No, it wasn't here. Here, for example. We can have this kind of animation. The idea is the same. We are just opening and closing a hand. The problem is this is very sudden, and that's okay. We can have sudden things because sudden things happen in life. But in life there are things that move suddenly, and there are things that move slowly. And if we want a movement that is slow, then we just need to take a lot of pictures. We need to make a lot of little changes. Okay? So, do you have any ideas of what kind of animation could you make with different chairs? Because, I mean, you can write it down. You can write down if you have any ideas. For example, what could happen between two chairs? What kind of animation could we make between two chairs? Namaste. Well, two chairs could dance. Okay, we could make two chairs dance, or two chairs could fight. Ooh. But that we are not making puppets. We are not moving them around. A chair fight, perfect, Abra. We have to animate it. And we have to think that some movements, like for example, this, the chair is just thinking, it can be quiet. It can be just, but then it's gonna move like, So we have to translate that movement to a chair movement. And make picture, 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 picture. Okay? So we could have two chairs dancing, two chairs fighting, two chairs falling in love. And the idea is that animation is magic. We can make things happen with animation that we cannot make in real life. For example, if I wanted to, I could have a chair dog. Let's try a new animation. Anthony, do you know how to do it? First we have to go backwards. Then we need to create a new movie. It's perfect. Then it's gonna do this. I'm gonna put this away because there are lots of things there. And then I'm gonna take my chair dog for a walk. So this will be the first picture. Okay. Now it's difficult because I have to think of two things. Where I am and where the chair is. Okay. Anthony, do you think this is a good picture? Do you like the composition?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. We're just walking the dog around, which is a chair. I might just like stop myself. I could be quiet. Not moving, and the chair could keep moving. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We have to think about, like, dogs, what they do. They stop a lot to just smell things. So it could be quiet here, smelling things, and moving it a bit so it looks alive. But then the dog might see, like, a cat running away. So we're gonna imagine that there's a cat here and the dog's gonna chase the cat. So it would make something like this, like very sudden. Picture, Anthony. Picture. It would be like, what? So and then it runs away. You're gonna look where I am here. Mm-hmm. See, the dog is. Is the dog still on camera or only me?
It's out of the camera.
Okay. What about me?
You're still in.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What's difficult here is that I'm doing animation without knowing what's happening. So, without knowing how it looks like. I think it worked. See how the chair moves alone? I mean, we made it move. It can stop and then it runs. And one thing that I'm gonna tell you about now is look at my feet. See how I'm moving without walking? This is very important in animation, like stop motion pixelation, which Norman McLaren kind of invented, and is that we don't want to be too realistic. If, for example, I'm gonna make somebody walk, and maybe I don't want to make it walk like this. Picture, 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 picture. Because that I can actually do in real life. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear some noise coming from the street. It's people working, because that's allowed. And what we would like rather is to have somebody just moving, for example, like this. Picture, 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 picture. And then it would look like I was doing, like I was sliding. Or I could walk like this. Picture, 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 picture. Or like with the dog. Picture, 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 picture. We don't want to be too realistic. We have to think that if we want a chair to look like a dog, we need to make it realistic because it's a chair and we're gonna make it alive. But we, the people, we rather don't be too realistic. Okay? And I'm gonna give you two more ideas before we leave, and then you're gonna have a lot of ideas to work on. This is something that we can do with chairs, and many children do. When I do workshops with children, what they love to do is races. they like to race like this, like have two chairs. Going just like if they were cars. And each child will sit like this, for example. And then you start moving the chair. Let's give it a try, Anthony. Let's just try this one. Whenever you tell me, you're the director now, okay? I'm gonna move only one chair.
Okay.
Okay? See how I looked to have the feet like this, not like this, because I don't want it to look like I'm moving the chair. I want it to look like the chair is moving me, okay? And now I'm gonna start turning the chair around. Gonna go faster. Sometimes it can be dangerous. And I'm going faster every time. See, every time the movements are more separated from each other. Now, I guess we have it. Let's try, let's see how it looks. See how first it moves little by little and then it goes crazy? Whoa, shoom! So this is pretty much the workshop. This is it. Now, if you understood this, you know how to do animation, okay? One thing about animations in these apps is that you always have to, in this app, for example, we could add some sound. If you can see, there's a mic drawing here, a microphone. If we click it, we can start recording. It tells us that it's getting ready. Boom! And then our animation is just like that. It should be here. And now we just have, our movie has the sound, which you can see here, the purple line, that's the sound. And now what we want, we want our picture, our movie, to be in our gallery. So here what I do is I select the movie that I want to export, and you always need to export your movie. That's something that you have to do. Otherwise the movie is only in the app, but it's not in your tablet or cell phone, okay? You always have to do this. And you can save it like a GIF, so it's lighter, and you can send it through WhatsApp or through messages, wherever. Or you can do a movie. Movies have sound, okay? And I'm gonna put it in my library. Remember, movies have sound. GIFs, they don't have any sound, okay? So, this was a workshop. I think it's very easy to do animation. Let's go through the basics again. Whenever we want to do a movie, we're going to tell it make a new movie, okay? All apps are called stop motion something, or iMotion, stop motion app, whatever. So we're gonna tell it to make a new movie, and we're gonna take pictures. That's all there is. If we take one picture like this, and from this, we go to something like this, the movement is just like very sudden, okay? But if we make it little by little by little by little, the movement will be soft and realistic. We have to think that many things in life move fast and many other things move slow, okay? And that's it. Just use your imagination. Think that a chair, for example, can do whatever you want. Chair can like, hey, your chair, bam, can fall there. It can come back to life. Woohoo! It can run. We can do whatever we want with chairs. Just use your imagination. Okay? So, thank you. Gracias. Thank you all the festivals that made this workshop possible. And thank you MICE-Cuba, MICE-Valencia, Smile New Delhi, ANIMA SYROS, DYATIO-Ukrain, Kharkiv, Nelson Mandela Kids Film Festival, Your Cinema Spirit of Fire, and Kabun Animation Film Festival. Take good care. Send us your movies. Also, send the movies that you make, send them to MICE, send them to all of your festivals, okay? Send them, just tag them, animation, stop motion and a chair. Or upload them to my site. I would love to see them. Thank you.